Today we're joined by Audrey Nelson and Avery Van Hook. And questions?
Yeah, Audrey, I mean, you had a great game hitting 50%. What was working well today?
I feel like me and my setters and like the whole team like to work on at practice, like our connection, and we work really hard on trusting each other. And I feel like today we did that like very well.
You guys talked, especially at the beginning of the year, about focusing on your side of the net. Mm-hmm. Avery, you had 41 assists today. How does it feel to kind of pass the ball around to your teammates?
I mean, this year especially, I feel like anybody can get a kill at any time. And like you said, like we've really worked on trusting each other. And when times aren't great, my hitters are like, get me the ball, and that builds my confidence in them. And I'm like, I got you here. Like I'm gonna, especially to Audrey, like I'm gonna make you reach. Like go, let your arm go, and like just the communication we have. We just have a lot of trust in each other.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you guys seem like you're really comfortable. Mm-hmm. Really, anyone can play any position. Mm-hmm. How does that kind of affect your guys' play on the court?
I mean, we have so much depth on this team, and going into practices, we don't do a starting side and a non-starting side. We're mixing up lineups the entire time in practice, and I think that's why we are so comfortable when, let's say, Amanda comes in and is playing the right side. She gets 2 big kills and a block, just because we're always playing with different people, and I think that's what helps build comfortability.
And then just last question, you guys did well facing adversity when you guys did go down. How do you practice that, staying positive when things aren't going well?
For me, I think that I get the most reassurance, and I become calm when we all take a break and come together in the middle, and we all look at each other. We make a plan. We say we got the next one, and we try and move on to the next point.
And just the trust part, just knowing we all got each other's back, and also back to the depth. Like in practice, when we are doing non-starters versus starters, like sometimes that non-starting side is beating the starting side just because how good we are.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Mm-hmm. Audrey, talk about your South Dakota girl playing Iowa State on your home floor. 2,000 fans. Mm-hmm. What was that like?
Honestly, it was really crazy because 2 years ago when I committed here, I was so excited. I was actually the one in the stands watching. So it's like surreal to be here right now, beating Iowa State and also playing on my home floor and in my home state. So it's a lot of fun, especially with my teammates being there too. So.
All right, big one again tomorrow, obviously, to close it out. Is it more comforting playing one match a day, Avery, than the past when you had to play 2 in a day?
I guess I don't know yet because we haven't played one each day. But I think with how great the competition is this year, it's really nice to play one each day so we have that time to rest and recover. But no matter when I get to step foot on the court with my teammates, it's always a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks, ladies. Congrats.
Thank you.
Coach Williamson, go ahead and give us an opening statement.
What an incredible atmosphere, for one. We knew last night was really good, 1,600 people in the stands last night. And then for today, there to be, over 2,100, I think just continues to show how special Coyote Nation is. And, I know I say it a lot, but it makes such a big difference for us. It was extremely loud in there today. It made it a really, really good home court advantage in some ways. And I just hope people continue to show up because this team absolutely feeds off of our crowds. Tough match going into this. We've played Iowa State quite a few times over my time here and haven't been able to come away with a win. And honestly, we really hadn't won a set yet. So going into today, we talked about the fact that this was a big opportunity for us. And with big opportunities, we talked about big expectations, and I think with that, I think we expected to have success today. And that's part of our kind of overall program theme is culture of success. Like we expect to do well because of the work that we're putting in every day, and also the work that we are going to put in during the match. And I think you saw our team work through some things. We didn't always play our cleanest, but one of the things that I was really happy with is we closed out sets better. Both set 1 and 2, we won by 2 and 3 points. Obviously, close sets, and that's when the nerves can really start to hit you. And I felt like we were able to take advantage and close that out a little bit sooner. And then same thing in set 4. Started out really well. I think it was 5-1. They called a timeout, and then they tied it up 5-5. So they went on that 4-point run right away, but we stayed composed, and I think we got better through that. I'm just really proud of this team. You know, we had some freshmen really step up today. You know, Lauren on the outside led our team with 16 kills and hit over 300 as an outside. Audrey, obviously, 10 kills and hit 500, and that's a big stage for 2 freshmen to come in and do that at that level. And honestly, I'd put Morgan in there as well, and she had some big kills down the stretch there in that 4th set that really, I think, set the tone for us. But we've talked about our depth. You heard the players talk about our depth on our team, and we feel very comfortable making changes when we need to. You know, Katie had a really good day last night, struggled a little bit just defensively. I think everything else in her game was doing really well, but felt like we had to be a little bit stronger there. Put Barrett in, and she did her job at a high level. I think she ended up, technically, it was counted as a kill. Had a dig that went over on the other side, had some really big serving runs for us, and then made the switch with Amanda Lotion on the right side, and she came up with a big block. I think she had 2 kills as well, and that just goes to show the depth that we have on this team and the fact that we have so many people that we can go to when things are, when maybe we just need a small adjustment. Because Cheyenne was still hitting at a good percentage, but we felt like maybe blocking wise we could get a little bit of a different look. So proud of this team, proud of the way they handled the adversity, proud of the way when they pushed, we pushed back. But that's a really big win for us.
Yeah, Coach, real strong attacking Iowa State team. You guys really managed the front of the net well. What kind of adjustments or preparation throughout the week, blocking and attacking, did you guys make?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, last weekend, we didn't think our offensive defense recoveries. So, again, when we're not scoring the ball, getting back up to the net blocking-wise or getting back to our base defensively was as good as it should have been. So that was something that we worked a lot on this week. And we wanted to funnel them to certain areas of the floor. And there were times that our block didn't do that tonight, but that's part of the game. Yeah, it's an imperfect game. We're going to make mistakes, but I felt like we got better as we went. And that's where I think Amanda did a good job blocking-wise of really getting out, making sure that we're making them attack more towards our cross-court defense, and they are good offensively. And I think the thing that I really liked is our team moved on really well. I mean, they had 17, 19, 17, and 13 kills in each set, and those are pretty high numbers, but I don't feel like it ever rattled our team. You know, I felt like we were able to really be in the present and go to that next point really efficiently, which allowed us to kind of score our own points on our end.
Yeah, you mentioned the crowd energy, but it seems it's hard not to notice the bench energy for you guys. Is that something that's just built throughout practice, and what does it mean for the team?
I mean, it's built over the years. You know, I think it's part of our culture to really support each other and to support the people that are maybe in front of us or the people that, that are our peers in a lot of those ways. But, everybody on our bench wants to be on the court, and I think there's, throughout the country, obviously, there's people that are not maybe in the position that they would want to be. But within our program, it's really important to make sure that we are our best selves every day. So when we show up to those games, when we show up to practice, it's the same thing you see every day. They are a great group of people. They really get along. They trust each other. They lift each other up. And I think that's what you see with our bench. They're constantly finding ways to impact the game, even if their role at that moment isn't the volleyball side of things. And I think that's a pretty special place to be. And it's something that, again, we know will continue to make an impact for us as the season progresses because, one, they're engaged, they're ready if their name gets called, but two, they're lifting each other up when they need it the most.
And then heading into UTEP tomorrow, what are the expectations?
I mean, our expectations are to go 1-0. You know, that's something that we are very intentional with, and we're going to celebrate this one. You know, we're going to enjoy this one. Want them to be able to take the night and really, I think, enjoy the win, because that is a big win for us. But once we get back tomorrow morning, obviously another opportunity to compete on our home floor against a very good UTEP team. You know, they're 2-0 in the tournament. We are 2-0 in the tournament, and we expect a really good battle going into it. Offensively, they're a good team, so we know that we have to work to get them out of system. That certain pass game is going to be really important for us, but I do think our players are up for the challenge.
I failed to ask this yesterday, so I'm going to go ask it today. The impact that Matt Hook had on your career. Obviously, you spent a lot of time with Matt, and to see Matt coming back in here in the building and seeing the transition from the Den to the Dome to now playing in the SCSC to playing on the terra court. Just talk about that transition and how much of an impact Matt had on that.
I mean, Matt's the one that got me into coaching. You know, I think at some point in time during my playing career, I thought, you know, it could be cool to be a coach, but I didn't really know how to get into that or where to start, and I didn't really have plans to. But when he called me, I think it was a no-brainer. Come out and work for somebody that I very much respected and love his family, and have gotten to know him obviously a lot over me growing up, but then obviously over the years here. But, you know, he taught me a lot in terms of what it means to be a good coach and the ins and outs of the coaching profession, but also those relationships as we go through. So I owe a lot to him, so it was fun to have him back here and to show him the arena. I mean, he hadn't been here since it's been completed, since he left before it opened up. So I think it was kind of a full circle moment, you know, of him coming back, and it was great to coach against him. Obviously glad we could come out with the win there. But I respect that man a lot.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.